Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Morgan Sellamuthu, and it's fight week for him. He's currently 4 wins with 1 draw, and he's got the rematch this weekend at the Brentwood Centre in Brentwood, funny enough, against Harley Collison over 6 rounds, the rematch. But yes, pleasure getting you on, especially on fight week, Morgan.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been a long time, isn't it?
It's been a bit of a while, but good to get you on.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't remember the last time I had you on. I think it
I
was
think
maybe
just after,
2022.
yeah, just after my pro debut, I think.
Yeah. I think you maybe have maybe 1 or 2 fights. We won't run through all of them, but we'll run through. Of course, we'll talk a bit about, of course, your fight, the first fight with Harley, your upcoming fight with Harley, and of course, we'll just briefly touch on your last fight that you had on April against. You fought Victor Edgar and you won on points 40-36. That was in Southampton.
Yeah, yeah, that wasn't a bad performance for me. It wasn't my best performance. It was one of them fights. I got the opponent last minute 'cause my opponent dropped out, but I got the win, and that was all it was about, just not losing a round and just keeping active.
Was that just a stay busy sort of fight, just waiting to
Yeah,
see what's
just
happening?
yeah, just keep me busy, keep me active, and then see what happens. Then obviously this fight's come up now for this weekend, and I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, and of course, the first we'll go on to the first fight now. Just briefly talk about the first fight that you had with him. Of course, you won the first fight. You won 39-37. Talk about the first fight, and of course, he believed he won. Did you believe that you'd done enough?
Yeah, I feel like I've done enough. I was down in the cleaner shot and stuff like that. I feel like I did enough to win the fight, but it was a good fight. It was well, the crowd loved it. It got fight of the night. It was probably one of my best fights, like to be involved in. It weren't my best performance, but I was quite happy with it on the night.
Yeah, I mean, it. I watched it on YouTube a couple of times, and it is a cracking four rounder. And I watched it, and once I had you winning, once I had him up, once I had it a draw. It was a sort of, in my opinion, it's a fight where it's whatever the ref, well, judge and ref preferred in that sort of situation. That was just my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the case on the night. It was just one of them. It was a good fight to be involved in. I'm glad we're running it back.
Yeah, of course, he's been, wanting the rematch for some time. Have you, as well, he's been calling you out on social media saying he's been wanting it ever since, the first fight. Have you wanted the rematch as well or no?
I ain't really thought about it. Like I weren't really bothered, but and obviously then when he called it out for the rematch, and I thought, you know what, let's go. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it then. So then I'm glad we're doing it on top tier now.
Yes, bigger show, and we'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, of course, the you mentioned the first fight there, and of course it was short notice as well for the both of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was literally, I think it was a Wednesday before my opponent dropped out, and then they said, "Do you want to box Harley?" And I said, "Yeah, go on then." And then that was it. Like we didn't have no chance to train for each other. Now, obviously, this time we got full camp to fight each other. So I think it's going to be a better fight now.
Yeah. Do you take much? I asked Harley the same question. Are you taking much from the first fight going into the rematch Saturday?
No, not really, because people change. Do you know what I mean? So he could be a completely different fighter to what he was last year till now. So I haven't really looked into it too much. I never really do anyway. But I'll just see what happens on the night and then see what we got to do on the night, sort of thing. See what he comes out like Saturday night.
Are you expecting a similar fight to the last one, or
It's hard to say. Like, I think it will be similar, but it's one of them. I don't really know. Just see what happens, really.
yeah? Talk. Of course, is camp finished? Have you finished camp?
Yeah, I've got one little session tonight, just a little bit of sharpening, keep myself loose and relax, and that's it, really. That's 10 weeks of camp done.
Would you say this has been your best camp to date,
Oh,
or
100% my best camp to date. I'm performing better in sparring. I'm training harder. Yeah, it definitely is my best camp.
is it good that you're what's the that you've had longer preparation this time because you didn't did you see because he fought the week before at your call against Danny Boyle. So you didn't really have much time to prepare for that fight. Do you feel like, now you've had a full camp, it's much better this time?
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel more prepared, ready to go. So obviously, last time you're going into it unknown. You're still going in there unknown now because people change. But I feel more prepared for that sort of fighter now.
Does it make you more confident knowing that, you got the win last time out?
Yeah, obviously it does, but I've still got to be switched on at all times because obviously with them little gloves on, it only takes one shot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What ounces are the gloves?
Tens.
Mm-hmm. And of course, top tier, they do the whole media day, etc. You done a face off with him. How was that?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed the experience. Obviously, it's my first time with all that sort of thing. I was a bit like, oh, what do I say in front of the camera and that, but I was enjoying it. Like, I loved it, sort of thing.
You came across quite well, I thought.
Yeah, I thought I did all right. Like, it's just a bit nerve. I was a bit nervous going there because I thought, oh, there's loads of cameras and everything everywhere. I thought, oh, I don't make myself look like an idiot.
Well, yeah, what did you make anything of the face off? What he was saying? Because he was saying he's going to break you down and stop you. What's your thoughts on what he was saying?
I ain't really bothered. Like, people talk a lot. I'm not really bothered of what they say. It's what they do when we get in there on the night.
I asked him the same question. Do you feel like you're in his head?
Uh, nah, because I haven't really played any mind games. I'm not that sort of person that tries to get. I'm just a normal bloke that goes in there, fights. You know what I mean, I'll do my talking as soon as I get in there, sort of thing. I'm not a cocky, arrogant person. I'm not big-headed. You know what I mean?
Is it a bit of, well, it is unfinished business from the last time. Do you feel like the pressure's more on you, or do you feel like he's got a point to prove as he's saying he won the last one?
Uh, it's hard. I think it's 50-50. Well, like, I won the first fight, so people will expect me to win it again. But then I feel like he's got a point to prove as well, obviously. So I think it's 50-50 in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, of course, you mentioned it, first time on a top tier show. Have you watched any of the top tier shows before, or?
Yeah, I went to a show February the 10th when my mate Finley Judd was boxing on it.
Oh yeah, he boxed Kevin.
Yeah, so I went up there that night. And I'd tell you what, it's something else when you go there. Something else.
It's good atmosphere, and he does a good setup, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, your stablemate Louis Smithson's boxing as well. So how good is it to be it's a big night for both of you.
Yeah, and it's my first time ever being on the show with one of my stablemates. I've always been on shows on my own. So it's gonna be nice to have someone else to talk to in the changing rooms and that.
And how good is it to have Louis as well boxing on the show with you?
Yeah, it's good. Like obviously me and Louis train together and that. It'd be nice just to share the experience together.
How do you feel he'll get on in his fight?
I think Louis would do fine. He's been training hard. You know what I mean, he's looking good in the gym. So that's all he can do, really.
So two big wins for your gym Saturday.
100%.
And of course it's on DAZN. Do you feel pressure boxing on do you feel more do you put pressure on yourself knowing you're boxing live on DAZN in front of millions watching?
No, not really, because it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's just like another night. So obviously it is like a pinch me moment, like, oh my God, I'm on the zone. But then you just got to forget about that and just focus on getting the job done.
Yeah, exactly that. It's more excitement, is it, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, because obviously there's people who can't make your fight will be watching it at home. So it's a bit more exciting and a bit more exposure for you.
Yeah. And of course 6 rounds. Yeah, even
Yeah,
better, would you say?
yeah, I'm better over the distance. I'm not very good at these short fights.
Is this your second 6 rounder?
Yeah, so my first 6 rounder was my pro debut.
So you've been sort of been wanting to fight from your debut as six.
Yeah,
But yeah. Um, Have you watched? Did you watch Harley's last fight against Haji Muniz or no?
Nah, I haven't watched none of his fights. I've watched the one me and him done after the fight.
How many times have you watched that then?
I watched it the week after the fight, and that was it, just to see what I was doing wrong, what I can improve on, sort of thing, like a training thing. That's it.
Do you know where you went wrong last time?
Uh, yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely.
And do you know what time you'll be on? Can imagine you've got a decent crowd going down there. Have you got yeah, have you got many people down and do you know just like roughly what time you're on or will you find that out
Um,
after the weigh-in?
yeah, so I've got a good crowd coming up. I've done actually quite well. I've got my whole army going up with me, who are always at my fights. And I don't really know yet. I should know probably after the weigh-in, hopefully.
Do you reckon you'll be on early or
I don't really know. It's hard to tell.
yeah. Do you feel what's what was I gonna say? Do you feel like, of course, there's lots of good fights on the show, you know, Louis, there's a Lloyd Jermaine's fight, there's good fights all like top to bottom, but do you feel like you're the show stealer, you and Harley?
I feel like it can be fight of the night. It's got fight of the night written all over it.
Um, yeah, of course, he said that he would stop you. Do you feel like you'll stop him, or are you just predicting a Morgan Sellamuthu win?
Morgan Sellamuthu win.
Not giving much away?
Nah, not getting. I'm keeping everything wrapped up.
Fair enough, mate, fair enough. Um, Have you got a prediction for Louis' fight or just the Louis Smithson win?
Louis Smithson win.
Fair enough.
Everything stays wrapped up in our camp.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And is there any fights you're looking forward to, like upcoming fights, just in boxing in general?
Obviously, he's got rid of Joshua Dubois.
Who've you got?
Dubois. I love
Really?
Daniel. Yeah, I love Daniel Dubois.
You reckon he stops him?
I don't know. I think he beats Joshua, but I don't know if he stops him. I think it's going to be one of the best heavyweight fights.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Not many people going to buy.
Nah, I never was until I've seen his last two performances, and I thought, you know what, he could do it.
He has looked good, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And of course, in heavyweight boxing, one punch can change anything. Well, same
Uh,
with just any weight in boxing. One
yeah,
punch is all it takes.
100%, mate. Definitely.
Yeah. Um, are you a fan of the undercard of that?
Yeah, I've been looking at it, sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to it. You got is it Joshua Buatsi versus Willie Hutchinson?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's going to be a cracking fight.
And who've you got with that one?
Willie Hutchinson.
Really?
Yeah,
You think he'll cause the upset again?
100%, definitely.
I mean, I writ him off last time against Richard, thinking Richard would be too much for him. So I might be
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
again back in Boatsi, but who knows?
yeah. It's a good fight.
Maybe me and you just go the opposite way.
Yeah, see what happens.
Warrington or Catchy.
Warrington.
I think we just disagree with everything, me and you.
Yeah, definitely.
What about Liam Smith, Kelly?
Gotta be Smith. I love Liam Smith.
I mean, I don't know myself on that one. Yeah, I think
Oh,
we'll
then.
leave it as that before we, start disagreeing on everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, final words to the fans who are coming out to support you.
Oh, thank you so much to everyone who's come to support me. It means everything, and yeah, let's make it a good night.
And as always from me. Oh yeah, do you want to shout out anybody?
Oh, obviously my team: Charlie, Camberley, CEO, Dirty Harry for my strength conditioning. Obviously my sponsors, Matty Buck and Coventry, and Moss Resilience, and yeah, and everyone who's come to support me on my fight.
And from me, not Harley, Morgan.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and good luck v Harley.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
Bye.